Hi everyone, I hope that you are staying safe. Today I am resurrecting one of our all-time favorites, vegan gumbo. You know how when you really like a dish and you just keep making it over and over again, and then you kind of get a little bit tired of it, so you kind of put it to the side, but you kind of put it to the side a little bit longer than you intended? Well, this is one of those types of dishes. But for some reason, I have been craving it this week for the past few weeks because it is that good. It hasn't left my memory completely. It's that good. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys, so stay tuned. We have some okra, half of a green bell pepper. We have a jalapeno pepper, 2 stalks of celery, some earth balance, some avocado oil, black pepper, and salt, of course. Some red kidney beans, some Hunt's fire roasted diced tomatoes, some vegetable broth, Old Bay seasoning, and some of our powdered seasonings are oregano, smoked paprika, some onion powders, some coriander, some dried thyme, 2 bay leaves, green lentils, and last but not least, some Beyond meat, Beyond sausage. All right, it's the hot Italian one, and this is completely optional. This vegan gumbo is perfectly tasty without the sausage. All right, so let's get started. Okay guys, so I want to apologize because I forgot to add onions and garlic to our ingredients list. Like, how dare I mean, you have to use onion and garlic. Well, in most dishes anyway. So here goes. We're going to start sauteing our onions. And we're going to use 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. I'll put a little bit more because I have a lot of onions. So cover and simmer the lentils until they're about 3/4 way cooked and still whole. We do not want them to be anywhere close to mushy at this point. So while the lentils are cooking, let's start on our roux. So I'm making twice times the recipe. I really prefer to make roux in advance and just have them in the fridge, or have it in the fridge and I just can use from it. But you will be using the recipe in the description box, which is just half of what I'm doing right now. You'll be using 1 cup of flour to 1 cup of butter. So for a regular roux, you use a 1-to-1 ratio of fat to flour. But with a gluten-free roux, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to behave a little bit differently based on what you're using. All right, today I'm using a paleo baking flour. I'm using this one, and it has cassava flour in it, as well as some almonds and coconut flour. All right, but for example, if you're using rice, it will behave differently also. So just make sure there is enough grease to cook the flour in. All right, it can't be too dry. All right, it can't be too dry. So I'm just going to stir this for another maybe 5 minutes or less until it's golden. All right, and again, it would not take as long as a typical flour, wheat flour roux. That takes a little bit longer. All right, because of the gluten content in the flour. I actually don't want it to be too brown. I want it just like this. I like it just like that. It's been toasting there for a while. I think this is good. See, it's nice and brown. I'm gonna leave it like that. As you can see, our lentils are perfect. They're not quite cooked and they're still whole. This is what we want. Guys, I don't know what happened, but for some reason my camera stopped recording right here. So this is the place where you would add the rest of the vegetable broth, the okra, half of the roux, and all of the remaining powdered seasonings. Okay, keep in mind that I made twice times the roux. I did 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of butter instead of 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of butter. So just follow the measurements in the description box and just split the roux in half. So this is what our gumbo looks like so far. It needs to cook a little bit more, but I wanted to mention that as it is right now, it has enough liquid, but I'm going to add the Italian sausage, the plant-based Italian sausage. Like I said, this is completely optional. I just happen to have it in my fridge and I couldn't refreeze it. I had it there for something else and I just decided to use it in here, but you do not have to. It's completely optional, but I'm sure it will add nice flavor and a wonderful texture to the dish. All right, so I'm just gonna add this here right now and then cover it for another 10 minutes so that it can simmer. And whew, can't wait to eat this over some brown rice. It will be really delicious. thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed filming it for you. Until then, be safe.